sorry.
Bout number 10 is a strawweight bout. Fighting out of the blue corner, representing BJ MMA Fitness Center with a professional fighting record of 6 wins, 2 losses, and 0 draws. Fighting out of San Pablo City, Gerald Mandirigma Galange.
So here we go. Wow. Wow, that haircut on the show once again as we welcome Gerald Galangua. He is hailing from BJ MMA from San Pablo City, Laguna in the Philippines at a towering height, Brad, of 5'1" tall. Now this is a strawweight bout, 115 pounds, and now we see his record 6-2. Very positive record. But he will be taking on somebody, the oldest person on the card, born in 1975, compared to Gerald, 2002. My goodness. Itching to get underway here is this young man. And as we climb the card, the experience is starting to show at this strawweight bout. 8 bouts so far for this man, 6 victories and 2 losses, Brad. Impressive, right?
Yeah, that's the biggest one. And also what impresses me as well is that normally you don't get many men this sort of size. So you got those fights he's won against people at a higher weight class.
From the red corner, representing Powerhouse Gym with a fight record of 2 wins, 2 losses, and 0 draws. From Las Piñas City, Marcelino the Veteran Garcia.
Aptly named the Veteran, the oldest fighter on the card, born in 1975, Brad. He is Marcelino Garcia from the Powerhouse Gym in Las Piñas City. A record of 2-2 under that. But again, we've seen from this gym, the Powerhouse Gym, a well-rounded gym, lots of certainly experience coming from those, and with a lot of fights in the lower weight classes. You know, despite the fact that he's got a record of 2-2, he's had plenty of rounds in the gym, plenty of experience in there against some decent up-and-coming talent.
Yeah, and you got to feel how new this sport is. He's been around since 1975, so you got to feel like must have been doing some other sort of martial art.
Beautiful round girls for round number 1. Juve.
They've been testament to this man fighting here at the ripe age of 46 years of age.
And again, you got to think that maybe Spartacus has played into that a little as well. When you're watching those shows and you're seeing the stage that people are fighting on, even at that age, you kind of go, I want a taste of that, right? You kind of look at it and go, I'd love to fight in front of that sort of crowd on that platform.
Oh, of course, indeed. For me, obviously, I'm an ex-athlete myself. I retired now, but the fight never really diminishes inside you. You know, you're like, you feel if my body was capable, I would still want to do it. My mind's never stopped. It's my body that has failed me down. So if he's been looking after his body, this is why he's still in there.
We'll now have a little look at the tail of the tape. Obviously, the most distinguishing feature of this tail of the tape, as we take a look now, is the age difference. 21 years difference in age. 40 years old taking on 19. Usually you'd say youth versus experience, but the young man Brad also has the experiences, double the amount of fights as he takes on the veteran Marcelino Garcia in the red corner, Gerald Galan Gui in the blue corner, me, Brian Lacey, alongside Brad Pickett.
I'd like to do someone's maths. He was born in 1975. He's not 40 years of age at all. He's actually 46. So testament to him. You know, don't try and knock those extra 6 years off him. And for me, that's testament himself. Still being in there fighting at that sort of age.
Yeah, nice right hand. Well done on the maths there. Well spotted, Brad Pickett. So he'll be 27 years.
Yeah, because I only got it right because I was born in 1978, so it's easy for me to work out.
Yeah, but let's tell everybody at home. Last time we were together at a barbecue, you thought you weren't 43.
I lost years due to COVID.
taking down the veteran is Gerald. And you talk about that height disadvantage on the feet. When you get it to the mat, that takes that all away, right, Brad? The length, the reach is a different thing when you're on the ground. Yes, you can have those physical attributes for the limbs for certain submissions, but
yeah,
oof.
I mean, it's quite hard to, you know, it's going to be quite hard to say someone at 5'3" has a height advantage. You know, it's 2 inches, but it definitely is an advantage because one of the smallest men I've seen is 5'1".
I'm just going to tell you, 2 inches can be an advantage, Brad. It certainly can.
Okay.
On
Moving on
top now.
swiftly.
Garcia, the veteran. And the other thing as well with, as you get older, and it is a thing, right? Man strength. It's certainly a thing. You can have the physique when you're young, you can be absolutely ripped. But sometimes you come up against someone on the mats and they don't look as strong as you do, but they've just got this age strength with their muscles, right?
I always say you develop your sort of man strength in your early 30s, you know. Yeah, so he's in his mid-40s, so it all depends how much is he to sustain that, because for me, I'm nowhere near as strong as I was back in my 30s. Also, I've not been training as much as you expect this guy, Garcia, to be doing, still in there, competing at the ripe age of 46. And this is the thing, isn't it? We've been talking about age. That shouldn't be a factor. You know, if you can fight, you can fight. It doesn't matter what age you are, really. Just get yourself into shape. You're only as young as you feel. He's doing a good job here at the moment, just controlling Gerald on the back here, holding his head, not really getting space here to do any punches. Don't know if he's trying to squeeze, trying to get something he doesn't have in there, maybe trying to isolate the right arm.
Just smothering at the minute, right? He's got that chest buried in. It's not like a submission attempt, but he's just stifling the breathing of Gerald on the bottom.
Yeah, you kind of feel like the ref's going to stand this up, though. Not a lot of action. He's not being able to really, you know, like produce any sort of offense. Just needs to conjure up something right now here. Need a little bit of punching. Keep him busy, but for me, in my eyes, it's not enough. He still keeps trying to isolate that left arm. I'm not sure why, because he can't really do any submission from inside the full guard. Gerald, he needs to try and get past that guard. By doing so, one of the best ways to pass the guard is by pushing up and throwing punches. At the moment, they're both stuck to each other like glue. Guard's open there now. Maybe go for an armbar or something. Try and work his legs up higher. Garcia just content and just staying safe in his position. Pressure coming forward. A little bit of punching to the body. Nothing real significance.
Yeah, nothing really effective. It's and the round's kind of dripped away from us, Brad, because we're already just 30 seconds left in this first round. We usually look at the lower weight classes, and this being the lowest on the card, 115 pounds, and you kind of go, well, the pace is always higher, right? The action is always increased. This might be the slowest start to any strawweight bout I've ever seen, men or women.
But also, I think we've been pretty much, blessed tonight. We've had some great fights, So when we do see a little bit of lull in the action out there, we're like, hey, what's going on? But it's only because we've had some great fights here in Spartacus, the Philippines.
Yeah, great fights, some fights still to come. We've got a co-main event, which is another strawweight battle. We have Roland Glazer taking on Fernando Venus, the Venom versus the Black Ant. And our main event of the night, Mark Joseph Abrilo Ambualas takes on Mark Joko Mabuti, the Bullet. And that will see Finango Gonan Fight Club take on your Yan Campinan Gym Las Pinas versus Rizal, Philippines. Still round two to come here. And Brad, I'm going to chuck you in the corner there of the young man, Gerald. What advice are you giving him? Because it just felt like he is outstrengthened and out-muscled on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because that the first round he's just on the back and he wasn't able to build any sort of frames to get himself back to his feet. My advice is try and keep it on the feet, or if he hits the mat, try and get yourself on top.
Round 2 underway, off we go. Marcelino Garcia in the red corner, red shorts. Blue corner is Gerald Galangu. Now 1 round down, the majority of that round controlled from the top position by Garcia. No real progression or submission attempts, Brad, but certainly control was that way.
Oh, that landed.
Oh.
Definitely got Garcia's attention. You know, a bit of a slappy sort of kick, but he landed right in the face. Garcia got to try and keep his hands up.
There.
I kind of feel like Garcia is not quite slow to react to some of these strikes. Gerald throwing from some quite distance, you know. Just Garcia a bit slow to react to them, but that, I mean, honestly, you don't want to take anything away from him. That comes with age sometimes. That's why you see heavyweights go to a sort of age, because they don't need to rely on speed as such. But this weight class, you got to rely a lot on speed in your reactions.
But now that little exchange of kicks and strikes has meant that Garcia's been able to get a little bit of a bite and a hold. And we saw in that first round, he was able to take in that second round. Though. Nice work from Gerald, switching to the back.
Yeah, you saw that Garcia went for a good, tried to go for a trip, gave up his back in the process. Now he put himself in a bad position. You've got to feel like Gerald may just fall off here. Yeah, he's going to fall off
the right hook.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake
This
there.
is good stuff from... And like you said, with Garcia being at that ripe age of 46, he's bound to have experience in other sports, and you get a sense that grappling, maybe jiu-jitsu, wrestling, that might be where he's had most of his experience before stepping into MMA.
Yeah, but both of them here just falling off, getting on the back, partially, and just not bad to secure the second knock, and both of them are falling off. Now we get a chance to see what Gerald has on top.
2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the second round.
Oh, he's quite threw in some mountain here, but yet again, just the way Garcia, he's not really given Gerald any room to try and break away and get some strikes in. He's got, just chip away at the body here, keep punching that body, hopefully then he can get some posture up, land some strikes. Garcia in a bad position. Oh. Some of those are landing pretty clean, Brian.
Yeah, strong stuff now. Garcia trying to make some space, use that man strength to get back to his feet. Gerald now with hammer fists coming down, big hammer fists. Strong stuff now, trying to take the back, but he's high up again, Brad, very high up.
Yeah, but you can fall off and maybe get a triangle or an armbar here. Yeah, he's gone for the armbar.
Switching to the arm, whoa! Good work from Garcia, though. Stays safe, stays out of trouble, and now he's got the back of Gerald. What a turnaround. Quite literally a turnaround. Do-si-do they go, and Gerald able to avoid getting Garcia strapped to his back with those hooks.
into the last 30 seconds of the second round. Very interesting round for me there as well, Brian. You kind of feel like they both had some good positions, but I feel like Gerald managed to bounce back well after that first round.
But Garcia did well to survive, particularly that armbar attempt, Brad.
We'll stop holding on to that cage.
Big round as far as action. Totally different from that first round, Brad. When they got those positions, the grappling position, you can see there Gerald calling the fans on in the arena. When they got those positions, there was more intent from both sides, not just to try and get a finish, but also to stay out of trouble. Let's talk through some of this, Brad.
Yeah, obviously they both had their moments within that round. That
Round
was that
number
kick
3.
that
Let's
didn't land,
welcome
but it's throwing some hard
round
shots.
girl, the Foxy Andy.
Foxy Andy is back.
So
Let's have a shot on the side of the cage. But once again, join us at Spartacus app on Instagram. Keep up with all the action. We have got a phenomenal schedule ahead of us for 2022. That is right, almost a show a week. Sometimes we have 2 shows on one day, and you can tune in and watch them all for free. If you are a fighter, it's simple. Sign up to the app, download it on either iOS or Android. Put your details in there, your height, your weight, your location. Mark some of the fights you want, and you never know, those fights could get matched, and you could fight in a cage like this for Spartacus MMA. By the end of 2022, we will do an international event that will crown a champion in every single weight class. And each fight, each bit of experience you get inside the cage earns you points, win or lose, to build your profile and rise you up that Spartacus ladder. Off we go, round 3, third and final round. 5 minutes for this one to be decided. It has been a closely contested one. Round 1, I'm going to say Garcia with the control, but not really effective. But then Gerald having some moments in round number 2. But it could be all to play for, Brad.
Yeah, I would say that you want to leave this one in the judge's hand, or if you do, you want to make this one a bit more of a deciding factor. Make sure you win this third of round.
Just noticed something as well. If you look on Garcia's glove, particularly the right hand, he's got his fingers through the first 3 holes with his 2 fingers, his little finger and the one beside it, through 1 hole, and a spare hole on his glove because the gloves are that big. That's gonna hinder your grappling in particular, right?
Oh, your visual
If you look there,
awareness
you
of
can
that.
see it.
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Obviously, these are a lot smaller weight classes, but you kind of feel like the gloves that have been used, maybe you're still using the same gloves for all weight classes. But if you're definitely going to struggle with that, obviously if you're a striker, not so much, because you probably used to wearing sort of boxing-sized gloves. If you're a grappler, it's definitely going to hinder your chokes and your grips.
Top position here early on for Gerald. Oh, nice hammer fist as well. Lovely right hand right across the face there of the veteran Marcelino Garcia.
It's still one of those hammer fists where you hit that part of the glove which has no padding on.
Marcelino's got that right arm scissored up. He's let it go now. Or maybe drop for that crucifix position, Brad. But again, because the elbows aren't allowed, you can't Gary Goodridge your way out of there. You can't drop those heavy elbows.
That's quite hard to see in this position here. They're kind of all sort of tangled up. Yeah, quite a peculiar position, not one you'll get into too much within the gym. I think he's like going for choosing, maybe give it, yeah. Got the crucifix here, trying to stop Garcia. Good hips showed there by Garcia to get on top. Makes it interesting as well. Now he's on top,
a nice,
coming into the last part of the round.
yeah, nice bit of might there coming from Garcia, because he was in a bad spot and he kind of muscled his way out of it. And now he's got 2 minutes in this top position, and that could be big because not much has happened in the first three. And again, it was this top position he was able to hold for pretty much the whole round in round number one, Brad. Gerald scissoring that midsection, but that closed guard, that kind of tells you he's not trying to find a way to separate, right? He's attaching himself to his opponent. Now he opens it up. This time Garcia trying to stack him up a little bit. Oh, a nice left hand coming down. Stepping now. Oh, into mount, Brad, into mount. 35 seconds left. Difficult to see who will take this one, really. If we go to the judges, they will be tested. We've had one draw tonight, Brad, and this is as close in my eyes. Seconds now. Oh, nice finish.